Have you ever watched the numbers on your alarm clock crawl from 1:57 to 2:03 to 2:29 a.m., knowing you should be asleep, but your brain just won't get the message? You roll over. You fluff the pillow. You try that deep breath you saw on social media. And still, your eyes are wide open, your thoughts are loud, and morning feels like a threat instead of a fresh start. If that sounds familiar, especially if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, I want you to know something important. Your body hasn't forgotten how to sleep. It just isn't getting a clear enough signal. As a geriatrician, I see this every single week. Wonderful, smart people who do everything right still find themselves awake at 2 or 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering if this is just what getting older feels like. Some of them have tried pills, supplements, or strange internet hacks, but nothing seems to stick. The real reason? No one ever taught them how to send their brain a simple, unmistakable message. The day is over. It's safe to power down now. Tonight, I want to show you how to do exactly that, using one small ritual and one drink before bed that can help you drift into deep, peaceful sleep much more easily. Here's the part nobody tells you. As we age, sleep naturally becomes lighter. You might fall asleep, but pop awake again and again. Pain, medications, nighttime bathroom trips, even a late cup of coffee quietly chip away at the depth of your rest. You're not weak. You're not broken. Your system is just more sensitive than it was at 25. Imagine your brain as a house full of lights. When you were younger, it only took a tiny switch to turn everything dark. Now, those lights are on dimmers, and they're stubborn. You need a stronger, more consistent off signal, something your body can recognize night after night. That's where your pre-bed drink comes in, not as some magical cure, but as a reliable signal. When you choose one simple beverage, prepare it the same way, and drink it at roughly the same time, you're training your brain like a gentle routine. When I taste this, when I feel this warmth, the busy part of the day is done. Over time, this becomes a powerful habit. And some drinks do more than comfort you. They actually help nudge your nervous system toward deeper, more stable sleep. Let's start with one that looks like sunshine in a cup. Golden milk, or warm milk with turmeric, is one of the oldest nighttime drinks in traditional medicine. If you've ever seen that rich yellow mug and thought it looked a bit dramatic, you're not wrong. It's bright for a reason. Just picture it. You warm a cup of regular milk or your favorite plant milk, stir in a small spoon of turmeric, add a touch of honey and a tiny pinch of black pepper, and suddenly your kitchen smells soothing and cozy instead of stressful and rushed. The milk itself offers comfort and a gentle dose of tryptophan, the amino acid your body can turn into the sleep-regulating hormones serotonin and melatonin. The turmeric brings calming, anti-inflammatory properties that help your body release some of the tension and discomfort it's been quietly holding all day. I think of one of my patients, an active grandfather in his 70s. For years he relied on sleeping pills just to get through the night. He would knock himself out, only to wake up foggy, dry-mouthed, and strangely exhausted, as if the sleep never truly reached his brain. When we discussed cutting back his medication, he was frightened. "If I stop the pills, I'll never sleep," he told me. So we took it step by step. Every evening, about an hour before bed, he started making himself a mug of golden milk. Same mug, same spoon, same chair by the window. The first week, nothing dramatic happened. But by the second and third week, he noticed he was falling asleep faster, and more importantly, waking fewer times. He began to feel genuinely rested again. Over time, with supervision, he slowly reduced his medication, but he never gave up that golden drink. For him, it became more than a recipe. It was a nightly promise to his body. "I'm taking care of you now." If you want to try it, keep it simple. Warm a cup of milk, dairy, oat, almond, whatever agrees with you, without boiling. Stir in about half a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Add a tiny pinch of black pepper to help your body use the turmeric more effectively. Then, if you like, a small drizzle of honey. Sip it slowly in a quiet room, with the lights slightly dimmed. Don't scroll. Don't rush. Let that cup be your line in the sand between day mode and night mode. But if heavy digestion tends to wake you up halfway through the night, there's a small twist on this drink that can make an even bigger difference. Let's talk about those nights when your stomach is the real villain. You eat dinner, feel fine, crawl into bed, and then, at around 2 or 3 in the morning, you're awake with that uncomfortable heaviness in your chest or a sour feeling in your throat. Your brain might be sleepy, but your gut is still hard at work. That's where adding ginger to your golden milk can be a game changer. Ginger has been used for centuries to ease digestion and calm an upset stomach. When you combine turmeric's soothing, anti-inflammatory qualities with ginger's ability to support smoother digestion, you're not just sending a sleep signal. You're clearing the path so your body doesn't hit the brakes halfway through the night. Imagine this version. You warm your milk, add half a teaspoon of turmeric, then grate in a small piece of fresh ginger or add a quarter teaspoon of powdered ginger. A pinch of black pepper, maybe a dusting of cinnamon, and a little honey if you enjoy sweetness. The first sip is warm, spicy, and deeply comforting. One of my patients, a woman in her early 70s, used to dread bedtime. Not because she couldn't fall asleep, but because she knew that sooner or later her digestion would wake her up. We experimented with a few routines, and she eventually settled on this golden milk with ginger about an hour after dinner. Within a couple of weeks, she was sleeping through the night far more often. Her morning comment to me said it all. For the first time in years, my nights feel quiet. That's exactly what you want. Quiet nights, not just knocked out nights. Of course, digestion isn't the only thing that keeps people up. Sometimes your body feels heavy and ready for bed, but your mind behaves like it just drank 3 espressos. You lie there replaying old conversations, worrying about tomorrow's appointments, analyzing things you said 10 years ago. Your brain becomes a late-night talk show that refuses to end. When that's the problem, we turn to some of the gentlest, yet surprisingly powerful, plants in the sleep world: chamomile and lavender. Chamomile is often dismissed as just a weak tea, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Inside those little white flowers is a compound called apigenin. You don't need to remember the name, but here's what it does. It gently interacts with the same kind of calming receptors in the brain that certain anti-anxiety medicines target, but in a much softer, more natural way. Different studies have linked chamomile to reduced anxiety and improvements in sleep, especially in how often people wake up after they've already fallen asleep. Think of a cup of chamomile as a soft hand on the shoulder of your nervous system whispering, "It's all right. You can slow down now." Then there's lavender. You probably recognize that clear, floral scent from perfumes or those little sachets people tuck into drawers. But the same plant, made into a tea from its dried flowers, has been used for generations to ease tension and calm the mind. The fragrant oils in lavender can help quiet nervous energy and release physical tightness. For some people, just the smell of it steeping in hot water makes their shoulders drop an inch. Brewing chamomile or lavender is simple. Put a tablespoon of dried chamomile flowers or a teaspoon of dried lavender buds into a cup. Pour hot water over them. Let them steep for about 5 to 10 minutes, then strain and sip. You can sweeten with a bit of honey if you'd like. One woman I worked with told me her favorite childhood memory was watching her grandmother make chamomile every night. The way her grandmother moved, slowly, calmly, without hurry, became part of the magic. Years later, when stress and menopause collided and stole her sleep, she went back to that memory. She started making her own nightly cup of chamomile, turning off the TV, lighting a small lamp, and just sitting quietly for a few minutes. Did it solve every problem in her life? Of course not. But it gave her a gentle landing at the end of the day and made it much easier for her brain to stop racing. If your thoughts feel like the main reason you can't drift off, a warm cup of chamomile or lavender could be the nighttime friend you've been missing. Now, what if your brain is calm and your stomach is fine, but your muscles keep betraying you? Maybe you've been yanked out of a sound sleep by a brutal calf cramp. Maybe your legs feel jumpy and restless just when you're ready to relax. These nighttime muscle surprises can make you dread lying down. This is where almond milk steps into the picture. Almond milk has become popular as a dairy-free milk alternative, but for sleep, its real superpowers are the nutrients it delivers. Many almond milks, especially the fortified ones, provide calcium and magnesium, two minerals your muscles absolutely love. Calcium helps muscles contract, and magnesium helps them relax. When your body doesn't get enough of these, your muscles may misfire at the worst possible time, right when you're finally drifting off. Drinking a warm glass of almond milk in the evening isn't going to replace your entire diet, but it can gently support the mineral balance your muscles need to behave. That can mean fewer nighttime cramps and a body that actually stays still once you've fallen asleep. Picture one of my patients, a retired mechanic in his 70s. Every night, at almost the exact same time, a vicious cramp in his calf would tear him out of sleep. He'd jump up, hobble around, stretch, drink some water, finally lay back down, and then his mind would be too awake to rest. It turned into a miserable cycle. We worked on his hydration, his stretching, and part of his new routine was simple. About an hour before bed, he warmed a glass of almond milk. Sometimes he'd sprinkle in a little cinnamon or nutmeg for taste. After a couple of weeks, his cramps didn't disappear completely, but they became far less frequent and less intense. More importantly, he was finally getting full nights of sleep again. The almond milk wasn't a miracle cure, but it was a quiet, consistent ally. If you want to try this, choose an almond milk that's low in added sugar and, if possible, fortified with calcium and magnesium. Warm it gently, pour it into your favorite mug, and drink it slowly while doing something relaxing, like listening to soft music, talking with someone you love, or simply sitting in silence. Let your muscles and your mind get the message together. We're done for today. But there's another drink that doesn't just relax your muscles or mind. It nudges something even more powerful, your body's own sleep timing system. Tart cherry juice might be the most surprising drink on this list. Unlike some traditional remedies that rely mostly on history and personal experience, tart cherry juice, especially from Montmorency cherries, has been studied in modern research for its effect on sleep. These cherries naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your internal clock, as well as tryptophan and powerful antioxidants. Some studies have found that people who drank tart cherry juice before bed spent more time in bed, increased their total sleep time, and improved their sleep efficiency. The percentage of time in bed actually spent sleeping rather than tossing and turning. Now, that doesn't mean tart cherry juice is a miracle potion. It doesn't knock you out. Instead, think of it as gently tilting your internal clock in the right direction. For many people, a small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice, about 100 to 150 milliliters, 30 minutes to an hour before bed, becomes part of a calming wind-down routine. One woman I spoke with told me she loved the idea, but hated the sour taste at first. She was tempted to give up, but she decided to stay with it for a week, mixing it with a little water. By the fourth or fifth night, she noticed a pattern. She was falling asleep a bit easier and waking up less often before her alarm. Was it the juice? The consistent bedtime? The fact that she was finally giving herself a real nighttime ritual instead of scrolling in bed? Honestly, it was probably all three working together. That's an important point. Some sleep experts argue that with many of these drinks, the ritual matters just as much as the ingredients. You're stepping away from screens, focusing on something warm and soothing, and repeating that same pattern night after night. Your brain loves patterns. It sees them and thinks, "Oh, I know what happens next." If what happens next is sleep, you've just given yourself a powerful advantage. But not every drink that goes viral online has this kind of science behind it. And that brings us to the lettuce water trend. You may have seen it. Someone on a video platform boiling lettuce leaves in water, sipping it, and then dramatically announcing they fell asleep in seconds. The theory behind this is a compound called lacticarium, a milky substance found in certain kinds of lettuce that may have mild calming properties. The problem? While lettuce is a healthy food, there's very little strong evidence that a mug of lettuce water will reliably fix insomnia in real people. Several sleep specialists have pointed out that any calming effect may come more from the act of making and drinking something warm and relaxing than from the lettuce itself. Does that mean you should never try it? Not necessarily. If you enjoy the idea, it's safe for most people, and you like the taste, There's no harm in making it part of your routine. The key is understanding that the real power lies in you choosing a drink, preparing it in a calm way, and teaching your mind. When I do this, I rest. The same applies to many trendy hacks. Before you chase the next viral trick, ask yourself, is this something I can calmly and consistently repeat every night? Or is it just a one-time experiment? Long-term sleep improves with habits, not hype. One more classic herbal option that people reach for, especially when their insomnia feels stubborn, is valerian root tea. Unlike gentle chamomile, valerian is more of a heavy hitter in the world of calming herbs. Extracts from the root have been used for generations to reduce nervous tension and make it easier to fall asleep. Some people describe the effect as their mind finally letting go instead of spinning. But valerian isn't for everyone. Its taste is quite strong and earthy, and in some people it can cause grogginess or interact with medications. That's why, especially if you take other prescriptions, it's wise to talk with your doctor or pharmacist before using valerian regularly. If you decide to try it, start low and slow. A teaspoon of dried valerian root steeped for 10 to 15 minutes in hot water is usually enough. You can blend it with gentler herbs like mint or chamomile to soften the flavor. Then drink it about 30 minutes before bed in a quiet space. Pay attention to how you feel in the morning. If you notice heavy grogginess, weird dreams, or anything that worries you, it may not be your herb. That's okay. Not every tool fits every person. The goal is not to collect every possible drink, but to find one or two that your body responds to and that you genuinely enjoy. Now, let's be honest about something. Even the best sleep drink can't save your night if the rest of your habits are working against you. One of the biggest sleep mistakes I see is drinking caffeine too late in the day. You might think, coffee doesn't affect me. I can sleep right after. But even if you doze off, caffeine can make your sleep lighter, more fragmented, and less restorative, especially as you get older and your body clears it more slowly. For many people, stopping coffee and strong tea after lunch makes a huge difference in how deeply they sleep. Another common trap is the nightcap. That glass of wine or drink in the evening might make you feel sleepy at first, but alcohol disrupts the deeper stages of sleep later in the night. You may fall asleep quickly, but you're more likely to wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. feeling restless, sweaty, or anxious. Then there are the screens. Phones, tablets, laptops, and TVs all send blue lights straight into your eyes, telling your brain, it's still daytime. Stay alert. Your natural melatonin release gets delayed, and by the time your body is finally ready to sleep, your alarm clock is only a few hours away. So, if you truly want your pre-bed drink to work, you have to protect it. Think of it like planting a seed. The drink is the seed, but the environment is the soil, the water, and the sun. If you plant a seed in concrete, it won't grow. If you drink chamomile while scrolling angry news or arguing in the comments, your nervous system never gets the chance to step out of fight or flight. To fix that, I want to give you a simple 10-minute ritual you can start tonight. Here's your new bedtime blueprint. About an hour before you want to be asleep, choose one drink from this list. Golden milk with ginger, chamomile, lavender, almond milk, tart cherry juice, or another gentle herbal tea you trust. Make it the same way every time. While the water or milk is heating, turn off the TV. Put your phone on silent and leave it in another room, or at least face down away from you. When your drink is ready, bring it to a place that feels calm, a favorite chair, the edge of your bed, a spot by the window. For the first 2 minutes, just breathe slowly. In through your nose for a count of 4, out through your mouth for a count of 6. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. Notice the smell. With each exhale, imagine you're letting go of one thing from the day, a worry, a to-do item, a conversation. For the next few minutes, sip your drink. Don't check messages. Don't open apps. You can listen to very soft music, talk quietly with someone, or simply sit in silence. When you finish, do one small signal that sleep is next, brushing your teeth, turning down the lights, or opening the window a crack if the weather allows. If you repeat this most nights, you're doing something incredibly powerful. You're teaching your brain that this sequence, this drink, this breathing, this quiet, is the runway to sleep. At first, it might feel like just another thing to try, but give it 2 or 3 weeks. Notice whether it becomes easier to fall asleep. Notice whether your awakenings become shorter or fewer. Sleep improvements often arrive quietly, not in fireworks, but in mornings where you suddenly realize, I don't remember staring at the clock last night. As we finish, I want you to remember this. A good night's sleep is not a luxury reserved for the young. Your body, even now, carries the memory of deep, healing rest. It might need a little more help, a little more gentleness, and a lot more consistency, but that doesn't mean it's out of reach. You don't have to overhaul your entire life tonight. You just need to choose one small promise to yourself. So here's my challenge for you. In the comments, tell me 2 things. First, which drink are you going to try tonight? Golden milk, chamomile, tart cherry juice, almond milk, or something else? Second, what is one habit you're willing to change to protect your sleep? No caffeine after lunch, no screens in bed, or a 10-minute quiet wind down, for example. Write it like a commitment to yourself. Tonight, I will. When you say it out loud and write it down, you're already taking the first step. You deserve nights where your pillow feels like a welcome invitation, not a battle. You deserve mornings where you open your eyes and feel steady, clear, and ready for the day, not defeated before you even stand up. Start with one drink, one ritual, and one small promise. Your deepest sleep might be closer than you think.